Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hello creepy friends, welcome to Slams and Bobs. How many times now have I said that? A ton. Welcome to 2016 WWE peoples. For anyone who is watching me chat WWE, this is the first time this year we are getting together to have a little WWE party, and it is Royal Rumble 2016. Which is one of the most prestigious events in my mind, probably behind WrestleMania and then SummerSlam Survivor Series. It's one of kind of like the four main ones of the year. I love a Royal Rumble. They can literally normally never really get a Rumble wrong, I don't think, because the Rumble is obviously, I think, part sort of improv and makeup. You cannot, I think, construct seamlessly a 30-man Royal Rumble match. It's just not humanly possible. Because the card is so small, we're going to get to weigh in on a few things that have happened recently. Obviously the injury list is as long as my arm. Obviously WrestleMania is right round the corner now. I cannot believe how quickly it's come round. It's insane. You think about it, we get through February's pay-per-view, and then it's back. WrestleMania's back, and damn, I need to start my sweet collection. The first match of Royal Rumble is a pre-show match, and it was announced, I think yesterday I saw it going through my Facebook timeline. It's a four-way tag match with Darren Young and Damien Sandow versus the Dudley Boys, versus the Ascension, who I love, versus Mark Henry and Jack Swagger. Now, a few of these teams have been shoved together, and I think it's just a way of getting them on the card. But what's happened to the primetime players? Titus O'Neil and Darren Young are just doing opposite ends of the spectrum at the minute. At first we thought they were getting back together, and then suddenly they're split up again, and with Stardust and with Damien Sandow. Can we start taking Damien Sandow seriously now? I really hope so. I don't think the Ascension are getting the justice they deserve. It really annoys me to see that they're not kind of big and huge. And they should be. They've been in the sort of like the main roster for a year now. I don't think Vince is giving them the time of day, which frustrates me because he's giving flipping Eva Marie the time of day, and she's frigging useless. She does not deserve or belong to be in a WWE ring. End of. Vince, sort your head out, love, because Eva sucks. We don't want her there, and what you are mistaking heat for is hate. People hate her because she's rubbish. She's not putting bums in seats. Stop trying to push her. If you want to get a redhead in, bring in Kaylee Ray. She's freaking awesome. Eva Marie, crap. This is a fatal four-way match for 2 spots in the Royal Rumble. It's annoying that they can't just shove them all in, because I'd like to see them all be in the Royal Rumble, and it kind of makes me wonder if the Dudleys aren't in it, and the Ascension aren't in it, and they pick the other 4, where are all the spots going to go? I mean, obviously we're going to have some legends come back, and we'll get to that, but I don't particularly mind who wins. I'd personally like to see the Ascension in it, but I reckon it's probably going to be Mark Henry and Jack Swagger that ultimately win. That's just from me looking at the match and kind of calling as I see the 4 teams, but then I think it would be really bad if Darren Young and Damien Sandow weren't in it either. Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens in a last man standing match. Now, I have no idea who's going to win this. If John Cena's in the last man standing match, you know John Cena's winning the last man standing match. These two have had rope and distance and just run with it so much. I think we're all believing and are all part of their rivalry, and God, do I want to see it go to WrestleMania. Hell yeah, do I want to see it go to WrestleMania. I don't know what they could do though. If they put them in a last man standing match now, that's kind of a stipulation you could have done at WrestleMania. Where is it going to go after this? I'm not overly sure. I really have no mind who wins this. I think the 2 of them are probably going to steal the show. Probably absolutely definitely gonna steal the show. It will be an interesting performance between the 2, I think. They're just gonna tear the house down and tear each other apart. That's so much fun. I want to see him do lots of cool stuff. Lots of jumps and, you know, danger, come on Steen, please. Kevin Steen was awesome on the indie circuit, okay? And by the way, never cross Kevin Owens on Twitter because he will block you and be the ultimate heel on Twitter. I love watching him. He's fantastic on Twitter, he really is. And he's a really nice guy behind the scenes. Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto for the US title. Now, I was really bummed that Kalisto lost on SmackDown when he won the title. I was thinking, yes, I'm happy about this, and then he lost. But I think allegedly he's replacing Cena in the run for the US title leading into WrestleMania, which I think is great. Obviously, Sin Cara's out at the minute. I know he separated or dislocated his shoulder on a Raw a few weeks back, so it's good that Kalisto's getting the time to shine, and he's really got crowd support. He seems to have a lot of fire at the minute and a lot of, like, momentum, and I think that's great for him. I also think it's great to have a Lucha Libre Mexican star as well, because obviously they lost Rey Mysterio, and I was quite bored of Rey Mysterio by the point he left anyway. Sorry to be mean, I really was. And he'd become injury prone, obviously, over the years. He was a little guy and he kept hurting his knees. So it's great that Kalisto has got that fight. He's got that spark, and I can't wait to see where he goes. I want him to win, but I think they might now build it until WrestleMania and maybe just give him this big ass win at the main show. Please wear a cool ass mask if you go to WrestleMania, love. Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. I am so happy for Becky Lynch. I was really worried she was going to become a Marty Jannetty. Since, you know, Nikki Bella has been out. Paige, I think, had a concussion and she was out for a while. Natalya had an injury. Sasha Banks has kind of vanished. Allegedly, she had an injury, but she's dispelled the rumours, so I don't actually know what's true there. But it's given Becky a real platform to stand on and go, I'm here. But she wasn't being given the time and she wasn't being given the push. And she's been given it now, and I love that. I really like Becky, and I think it's good to know with Becky as well. She's been doing this for years. She deserves the freaking title. I would love to see her win. I would love to see... Her and Charlotte have just built, and as much as Charlotte can be a very dry-natured heel, and I don't necessarily believe her, Becky, I mean, did you see the Ric Flair style promo she cut on Raw? That was just awesome. I think a lot of people have been buzzing about that. I certainly was. I think she needs the chance, and I think she needs to be given it. I do worry that Charlotte having the title means Charlotte's just going to hold the title because she's Ric Flair's daughter, and that's kind of flashing through my mind a bit. So I think giving it to Becky when people kind of looked at her and thought, oh, she's just going to be there, would be a good idea. And I don't know what the hell went on with Paige and Natalya. 1 minute Paige was the heel and apparently she'd whacked out Natalya, and now they come back on Raw arm in arm and happily skipping down to the ring like the best of friends. Would love to see Paige and Natalya and, you know, I'll put it, Tamina. And unfortunately, I'm not the great fan of Charlotte. I'm really sorry to all of you guys who like Charlotte. I'm just not a great fan. I would love to see, like, the four of them just glued together and just make this second generation diva group stable. That would be amazing. I know Randy Orton did it with Legacy, but I would just love to see the women do it and just go dominating. That would be incredible, and I would mark out for that like crazy. I really want to see Charlotte and Becky have a good match. I think, and I hope Becky does come out on top, but I reckon there might be a bit of cheating involved. However, with Natalya and Paige back, I'm kind of wondering if they're going to factor into this at all and come down and back Becky. I would like to see that, but who knows? I'm pinning my hopes on Becky. And please, WWE Euroshop, bring out a Last Kicker women's t-shirt for me. I want to wear one. And the last match we have is the New Day versus the Usos for the tag team titles. The New Day have just got so much steam at the minute, it's insane. I don't think they can do any wrong. Anything they touch seems to turn to some sort of dazzling gold. They've retired the trombone though, which I reckon we're going to miss it. In an odd way, I think we may well miss it. The Usos and the New Day have a great rivalry with each other. I'm wondering how it's going to factor into WrestleMania, because obviously we do want a big tag title match at WrestleMania. I'd heard they were trying to get Matt and Jeff to come back and do a big match with the Dudleys, but apparently Matt Hardy is now TNA World Champion, so I don't quite think that's going to happen now, which is a shame, because that would have been the Attitude Era Kids mark out of life. It would have been amazing if Edge and Christian could have been in it, but unfortunately, as we know, Edge can't compete in that anymore, which still kills me every time. I really don't mind who wins this. I would like to see the New Day drop the tag titles, but if they carry on chasing the Usos, and as I say, it goes to WrestleMania and does not go on the pre-show, happy Nixie. The 30-man Rumble match, I think we have a few names confirmed right now. Obviously, the big ones will be like the Wyatt family, Ryback, Brock Lesnar. But it's different this year because obviously Roman Reigns is defending the title in the Royal Rumble match. So we have therefore no winner going on to WrestleMania to fight for the WWE title. I'm welcoming the difference, but that was always our first spot of build-up. So I don't know how you're going to make that work now, because now you've kind of just cancelled out any build-up for WrestleMania that you had. I'd also thought that apparently Big Show had announced himself as the #1 entrant, but obviously now they've changed that to Roman Reigns, and the skit on Monday Night Raw with Stephanie and Vince was so bloody predictable. But we're not going to talk about that. There's always a few shock entrants that will always make it that kind of funny effect. I've got Booker T running through my mind. I don't know why. When I think of who might come in, I just keep thinking Booker T. I have high hopes for the Royal Rumble match because it's always a laugh, it's always fun to watch, and when it comes down to it after the hour, we're all sitting there going, who's going to get it? I have no idea if Roman Reigns is going to retain or not. Obviously, if he's going in at number 1, the poor guy's in for the long blooming stretch. And I hope Kane comes back and nicks his title of most people eliminated from Roman Reigns, because I was dead miffed when Roman Reigns nicked that off Kane a few years back. That is the whole show. Obviously, it's only 6 matches long, because the Royal Rumble match will be an hour long. Now, with regards to WrestleMania, the injury list is insane, putting at the top that Cena is now off injured. And Cena is supposedly the big draw of WrestleMania. Not true. What's going to frustrate me is if the WWE start offering refunds for people who have bought tickets just to see Cena. Which I don't agree with. They've done that at house shows before when Cena's injured or decides he's not going to be there for any number of reasons. I don't agree with it. I remember when I went to Cats the first time last year and someone was complaining that Nicole Scherzinger wasn't playing Grisabella that night. And this steward, he was a legend, he turned around and said, well, it is an ensemble cast. WWE is the same. I suppose the top spots get pushed and the top stars get pushed the same way Nicole Scherzinger was the big draw for being Grisabella. And I can't believe I'm comparing Cats to WWE right now, but I'm going to just go with this. It is essentially an ensemble cast. If I watch for WWE, I'm not watching it for one particular person. I'm watching it to see every wrestler. Cena will factor into WrestleMania in one way or another, whether they bring him out or whether they do this, that or the other with him. They will get him on that show. He won't be able to compete, obviously, because of the injury, but he will be on the show. Don't even think that he's not going to make an appearance, because he will. But I just want to say to people, you know, him getting injured sucks. For him, not for us. I don't wish injury on people, let's not mistake that. But it gives others the platform. Dolph Ziggler, come on, let's just throw Dolph Ziggler in the mix here. It gives people the time, and now people are going to be looking and going, well, who can we put in the card? Who can we do this with? And God help him if Roman Reigns gets injured. It's not just about that one man. And it's going to show, because I think I'm in a way looking forward to WrestleMania more now, because I'm sitting there going, well, a lot of big names are out. So who are they going to put in? What are they going to do? You know, who's going to make me watch them? Who's going to make me want to go, oh, wow, I didn't know you could do that. And I think people need to open their eyes to this a little bit more. Yeah, it's sad Seth Rollins ain't in it. It's sad Sting can't be part of it. They're going to be there. It's going to give so many of the more mid-card guys a chance to go, I'm here. And you've been disregarding me for how long? Look at me. And that is something I just welcome, because I think there's so many guys like Dolph, and to a point like Dean Ambrose, who aren't getting the airtime that I think they deserve and kind of the push that they deserve. So for me, I think it's going to be a great WrestleMania. I have high hopes, but then I always go in with the hopes of this and sometimes come out with the anger looking like this. That was WrestleMania's kind of preview, and that was the Royal Rumble card as a whole. As always, our BWR chat room is open on Mania night. I will put the link down here. We are now BritishWrestlingRadio.com and not BSRS Sports. If you would like to come in and join us for a chat, please do. We type chat all night long. Please subscribe if you would like to. Please follow, like on Instagram, like on Twitter, do whatever you want to do. Comment with what you think might happen. Please don't get mean on the channel. And I don't know what I'm going to do for WrestleMania week this year. Last year I did a whole bunch of old WrestleMania reviews, some of which I had never ever seen. So I'm kind of wondering what I'm going to do this year. It's kind of in the back of my mind. Obviously the 6-7 days leading up to Mania, I tend to do a little something or other. We'll get there. Think of something. Quote me, you know. I will see everyone again, and I will see you if you want to join us for the BWR chat room. See you then, or see you later. Bye everyone.